And we are
Two Crazy Ketos. Give us a thumbs up.
Can you hear us?
So that we can know you hear it. Now we can get into the intro, but we just need to know that you can hear us because we've been doing some setup, which we're going to tell you about in a minute.
Yes, I'm so excited, but...
Thank you very much.
And now Joe has glasses, so we can see.
Now I can read the comments.
Sight and sound. That's what we're aiming for.
So let's go back to it.
Okay, I'm
how's
Rachel.
Everyone doing? I'm Joe.
And we are
Two Crazy Ketos. And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos. We do product reviews, we talk about various keto topics, and then every Monday we sit down somewhere and talk about what's going on in our lives for the week.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way, every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it.
Okay, so I want to check in and see who's here.
Hello.
But I am dying.
Oh, I love these thumbs up. Your little thumbs are so cute.
Make sure you go and hit the little like button on the video, too. Like, exit out of the chat, hit the like button. But I am really want to try this. So this has been sitting in the house since we came home from our camping trip.
I loved Shelly Parker had the greatest idea. She said, why don't you take all 3 of the fall flavors and do like a video on it. Which of the fall flavors do you like best?
I don't have time for that right now.
And I'm like, well, it's not that I don't have time. It's just like, I can't wait. I want to try it so hard. So I think, oh my gosh, that smells so good. So I think that if we can at least not try it until we can be with you guys, we can give you our first impression of it. So I have not taken a sippy sip of this yet. Have you?
No.
Okay.
Jack-o'-lantern pumpkin spice bones coffee. For those of you who like coffee.
Right.
It smells like spice.
It smells like I want a Yankee Candle made out of it.
Okay.
Let's try it.
Real quick.
Yeah.
That is a good pumpkin spice.
Yeah, that's fall.
That's a good pumpkin
fall
spice.
In a cup.
There's a link down below for those of you who are interested.
Fall in a cup.
This is really good.
I
still want to do Nisha's thing of like getting all those different types of pumpkin stuff.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Okay, you ready? Let's see who's here.
I just want to sit in the corner and hold my coffee mug. It can be 90 degrees outside, but who out there with me, no matter what, even though it's summer, you just want to sit someplace cozy and hold your mug like this. Is this a mom thing to do?
Something's wrong with you.
Is that what people do?
Okay, so Yvonne is here. She said, hey, 2KK family, I hope to see you guys later. I'm babysitting my granddaughter tonight, so it might not have love and miss you both. You're going to need to let her out because she's like... Shanta said, I can't wait for the live. About to be cooking and watching video for tomorrow's meal prep.
Tabitha.
She's going to be like in another room all day tomorrow.
She has been in quite the mood since we started camping.
Yeah, well, she misses us.
I think she's panicked that we're leaving at any minute.
Angela's here. She said, I wanted to say hello. I can't stay very long. As I work early tomorrow, I'll be watching when it posts. I see the kippers in the photos.
Do you want to say hi?
Say
hello. Do you want to come up? You want to say hello?
Say hi.
Say hi, howdy, hey.
Say hi.
And now let's go in here.
Okay, yes, we had kippers during the last camping trip.
I cannot wait.
Trucker Cat Hikes says, Ohio in the house. Jason is here.
Ohio.
Mike is here, said, hey, Joe and Rachel, or maybe Anthony. Nope, just us.
Just us.
Jessica's had hello from Arizona.
Anthony's
Angie is here.
I'm trying to compete with my hair growth.
Tim Calmont, you're never going to catch up. Tim Calmont is here. Tater's mom does keto. Said good evening from a fall, Texas today.
Hi, Tater's mom. I just love that.
Karen
I love that name.
is here. Kuza is here from Iowa.
Hello.
Kim Wall is here. Said excited to hear about our news for the day. We've got some good news.
We've got some great news.
So Heath is here from Houston. Karen is here from North Carolina. Shell from Jacksonville, Florida.
I just love you guys. I don't know if anybody's told you yet, but I love you. I love you and you're special, and I'm so excited to be on this journey with you guys. Aren't you?
I'm super excited.
Like, I don't want to do this by myself.
So Donna's here, said I generally don't get to catch a live. I have to watch it on repeat because I'm usually still at work, but I had a day off. Fun.
I love
I'm glad you're
days
here.
off.
So I got a package in the mail today.
Then
we're going to talk about our day because we have got to be off by 9:30 Eastern time, and I'll tell you why in a minute.
The greatest news.
I got a package in the mail yesterday. Yeah, today. It came today. So every month, Keto Brick sends us a few bricks.
Yeah.
They're just like, hey, thanks for helping promote us because, you know, we never like made any money or anything off of them. But we do love Keto Brick. So they're like, thanks for talking about us. So they send us a few bricks every month. I buy all of my bricks. I have a lot of bricks. Like every time a new flavor comes out, I buy a 2-week supply.
Because I assume they're going to sell out, and they usually do.
Like I am so glad I bought a 2-week supply of the chocolate
And I never
peanut
know if it's going to be like a limited edition situation.
Yeah.
And they might not come back around the bin.
So they send them to us. We're giving them to you. So here's what I've got. You keep living. That doesn't want to stay.
This one is like no.
Cinnamon Crunch Keto Brick.
Toasted almond, coconut does not work well with others.
Peanut butter, a second peanut butter. I always get 2 peanut butter because my favorite.
That's our favorite.
And then a chocolate malt.
Yep.
So here's what you need to do. We're going to pick a winner off of whoever's on the current live stream. So if you're watching this on a replay. Sorry. But I want to reward the people who are actually watching us live.
Yeah.
And so what you need to do, if you want to win, and Jason, like I know you're in Canada, but I don't know if you can cross the border yet. I know you used to have a mailbox here in the U.S. You can enter if I can send it to the U.S. mailbox. Leave a hashtag in the chat. It's got to be in the chat.
What do you want the hashtag?
Hashtag Keto Brick.
That's simple. KETOBRIC.
Towards the end of the live stream, we will pick a winner.
Pick a winner.
Okay, so if you leave that hashtag Keto Brick, we will pick out of everybody who does, and we'll remind you guys as we go along before the end of the live stream. So we have to be off by 9:30. And I am curious, real quick, how many people are excited or signed up to watch or be a part of Dr. Berry's Proper Human Diet Summit this weekend?
If you are, you're one of more than 4,000
some ridiculous number of people
who are participating.
Well, guess what?
I hope you're not sick of our faces.
So Nisha asked us a while ago, hey, would you guys be willing to come on and tell your story and maybe help host a little bit?
We're like, sure.
We're sure. Well, we did not realize host means MC the entire conference for the next 3 days.
How happy did we just get?
We're awesome. We're happy. We're excited. But we're a little nervous because we have to do a sound check. And so the sound check...
Can you guys just pray for us?
...is
just
tonight,
pray for us.
right after this. We started it early and she's like, we have a lot to go through. Can we do this when you're done with your live stream?
There's a lot of technical stuff for these old people.
Yeah.
And one of us, and it's me, is basically Amish. Like, I can churn butter, but the old-fashioned way. So, like, I need help with this tech stuff, yo. So, like, I need prayer. Like, seriously. Like, can y'all pray for us? So,
for those of you, I see a couple people are saying they missed it. If you did miss it, I know that it completely sold out because...
PhD.
Looking at... So they were showing us some of the technology that Dr. Berry has invested in for this conference, and it is amazing. I mean, it reminds me of like a virtual game where you're gonna be able to go in and actually virtually walk into a seminar conference center and virtually talk to booths, talk to people. It is going to be awesome.
Breakout sessions by disease. If people are struggling with certain particular ailments, that they would get focused information on those ailments.
So because of the amount of technology, I know they had to limit the tickets.
Because it'll crash the server.
They limited them, and then they put more out, and then those sold out. But I know all of the conferences and all of the talks are going to be available on replay for everybody later. But I know there's no more tickets if you didn't get your tickets.
Yeah.
But we're excited about it. We're just excited to be a part of it. There are some phenomenal speakers.
Yeah.
I mean, Dr. Berry, Dr. Siwis, Dr. Jamie Seaman. I mean, Keto Savage from Keto Brick.
Just a lot of people. Ask Nurse Cindy.
I
love Nurse Cindy. But yeah, so she was actually going to go spend some time with a grandbaby recently. So I love the fact that no one has to get on a plane. Everybody can just be where they need to be. Mm-hmm. I may not even wear regular pants. I may wear pajama pants.
They won't be able to see us. Just this part.
So maybe I'm wearing Harry Potter pants. Who will know?
Yeah.
Who will know?
Yeah. Now, Rachel won't be able to be part of the entire thing because...
We're going back to church.
Our church is opening up this weekend.
Wow.
So Saturday night, Rachel will have to miss the very end and then the very beginning on Sunday because...
I've got babies to diaper.
You got babies to diaper.
I got poop to clean up. Speaking of poop, my mom came over yesterday for some coffee and to chat while I was like doing laundry. And she's very intently looking forward at like the area where we have the litter box. And I'm like, what are you looking at? And she said, Roscoe, our senior citizen resident fur baby, had pooped 3 poop logs on the floor, but would not break eye contact with her. Just outside the litter box. Will not go inside the litter box, just outside. Giant poop. It's staring at her like what? Like only a cat will do. A dog will like be ashamed.
Right.
Right? Like if she's doing something
I'm just
wrong.
making sure that the thing is...
She will look like she's done something wrong. But a cat is like, do you have a problem with this? Because I don't. Why? Why right outside of it?
He's old. He doesn't like a plastic bag in the bottom of the litter box.
Does being old mean that you can just go anywhere?
Yeah.
Well, well, you're not getting old. Because, can you even imagine?
Okay, let's get up to some messages. Carrie said she missed out on the tickets. Jason is signed up for the summit. Angie is here. Says hello from San Diego.
Hello.
Jessica said, I'm excited for tomorrow. Already told my husband I'm busy and he is on kid duty.
Sometimes you just need that. Like you just need a day. And I think that is so important to prioritize that. So I just wanted to say in Instagram, like the subject of tonight's live stream, I saw this fantastic quote. And the quote was this. Some people can give thousands of reasons why they cannot succeed at something when all they need is one reason why they can succeed. I love that because we get at least, I would say 50 emails a week where someone's saying like, yeah, but I can't do any of the things that you're suggesting because of this reason. And they have like a laundry list sometimes of reasons why this is not going to work for me. I can't do it. And honestly, I don't know why they're writing in because like I can't fix that situation. If you're like, I'm not doing this, well, I'm not coming to your house and spanking you, you know, for not doing it. But they just are like, I just need you to know these are all the reasons why I can't do this. But I love when we get an email from somebody that says something like, this may not make any sense to anybody, but I am going to do this and be successful because I want to dance at my grandkid's wedding. I want to do that. That is my reason. It may not seem related to diet, but I'm doing it and that's my why. And so I want to find out, what is your why? If you have a why that you could share in the chat, like what is your why? Why are you able to stick with this?
That's a good point.
What's your why?
I'm curious what everybody's why is.
Because it was funny, we were at staff meeting today and Pastor was like, you're tan, Rachel. That has never happened. He actually thought...
Yeah, in like 4 years. I mean, he's used to white.
White as a ghost. And I was like, well, I rode my bike and outside. I was like outside a lot. Mm-hmm. And he was like, why? What was your reason for being outside? And I was like, we bought a pop-up camper. My reason for exercising and for getting outside and for relaxing was we bought a pop-up camper, and I am too cheap to put out money and not use that thing. Yeah. So it's so funny because I, in the past, have given a million excuses why I could never take a day off, why we could never go on a vacation, why I could never take some time for rest. Just like,
well, honestly, up until COVID hit, like working for the church, we worked for the church for almost 4 years. We took 2 weekends off in 4 years. One was to go to KetoCon last year, and then the other weekend that we took off was to go to low carb in Omaha.
Right.
Was it low carb? I don't remember. The Omaha Summit in January. That was it. Those are the only 2 Sundays that we have taken off in 4 years.
Nobody had us chained to a chair.
No, we just, first of all, we love what we do.
Well, and we have all of these excuses why we can't make rest happen, why we can't make attending a conference or taking some time to read some materials. Hey, a new book comes out. A lot of times I won't invest in that, even if I think I'm going to be super benefited by it, because I'm like, well, I shouldn't take the time for myself. I shouldn't do this. You know what? Sometimes you just gotta and find a reason to just do it.
Well, it's funny. We were camping this past weekend, and I looked at Rachel and I'm like, we should have been doing this our whole marriage. I mean, we started off camping, and then, you know, kids got older, things happened, and we started working with the church, and like the camping kind of went away. Kids didn't want to go in a tent in the middle of the summer. And I remember when we got married, and we were going through like premarital counseling with the pastor, and he sat us down and he was like, here's the one thing that I want to really hammer into your heads. He was like, as a married couple, you need to date weekly, get away monthly, and go on a vacation twice a year. And Rachel and I looked at each other
did that.
like, we are finally, it only took us 13 years.
We are slow
doing what pastor told us to do. Because we did not do that. We barely dated weekly other than escaping to our room after church on Sunday. And that was usually to go to sleep.
Yeah.
So we're doing it.
What's your why? For me, exercising involved a pop-up camper. That was my why. Why are you finally taking a vacation? Pop-up camper. I can't spend money and then not use it.
Yeah. I mean, we went on a 10-mile bicycle ride this weekend.
12.
Oh, was it 12? It was 12. That's right. It was 12.
Give me my 2.
Give you your 2.
Give it to me.
Okay. Pat said your channel is going to go viral after this.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
It would be awesome, but you know what? I'm just excited to be a part of this.
Thank you. Dawn is praying for us. Angela's saying we're going to be fantastic. Thank you, because you know what scared me the most was like meeting with like the people that are putting this on, like all the production people, and they're like, you know, you just add your flavor, and I was like, you do not want me adding
Rachel
any
adding
flavor. Like, I'm like, these are doctors. These are learned doctors. I can't say balls. Just get out. I'm going to be just like him. Balls. I'm just going to get it out right now.
Chris said he will be at the Keto Chow booth.
Yes. So, yeah, he's the booth babe.
He's the booth babe.
But I think that is so cool. What a unique thing. Again, I always love ingenuity. And whether there's a will, there's a way, right? So like, how do you have conventions in this time be able to ask questions, maybe even request samples of things without actually physically being there?
Wow. So I'm just scrolling back. Everything just kind of jumped, so I'm kind of going back to read some of the comments. Chris said, I actually won't be attending on Friday. We are driving to Idaho to deliver our daughter to Rexburg.
Oh, that's it. Awesome. Congratulations.
Mike said, I watch the low carb down under videos on YouTube all the time. So many diverse voices.
It's exciting. You know, it really is like a global thing at this point.
So Christopher said, I'm late, and by the comments, it looks like I missed some kind of talk about the conference. So 2 things you missed, Christopher. Number 1.
He says I can Porky Pig it tomorrow.
He's going to Porky Pig it. Christopher,
I am.
We got a few keto bricks in the mail, so we're giving them away because I have a giant stockpile, more than I can eat, like even in a zombie apocalypse. So, my keto brick stockpile is equivalent to Mike's keto chow stockpile.
That's something to say.
Right? I mean, I've got like an entire shelf of keto bricks.
He loves him some bricks.
I love my keto brick.
You know what it is that you don't want there to be any chance that you have to take another mouthful of potted meat.
That's absolutely true. So yeah, so they send us some because you guys use our link, so that's kind of like how they say thank you. So we appreciate you guys using that link, and you keep using that link, they're going to keep sending us the bricks, and we can keep getting them back to you guys.
Yeah.
So it kind of like runs around like that.
Hashtag keto brick.
Hashtag keto brick. If you want to win, we're going to pick somebody towards the end of the live stream. The other thing you missed is we are actually the MCs for Dr. Berry's Proper Human Diet Summit this weekend. So we will be on introducing each speaker for the next 3 days.
It becomes clear very, very quickly that there's a lot of doctors at this thing. but we are not two of them.
Yeah.
Neither one of us.
Chris said, I think Joe should wear 1970s NBA shorts like the ones that are like 3 inches long. Oh, gosh.
Yes.
You remember those things?
Yes.
Margie said, I have other commitments, so I didn't get a ticket. So happy to hear we're going to be able to watch it later. Yes,
yeah, I know that they'll make them, I'm sure that they'll make everything available later.
Chris said, oh, this is awesome. This is something we wanted to talk about. He said brisket, Kroger's has brisket for $2 a pound and pork chunks for $1 a pound. So one of the things that we wanted to mention real quick for you guys, and we'll mention it again on Keto on the Couch on Monday, is, we always try to start off the beginning of Keto on the Couch with some deals we know of. Like I always tell you, like, guys, what the flavor of the week is going to be at Keto Chow and that kind of stuff. Sometimes it goes to the middle because we get excited about Keto on the Couch and we forget. But we want you guys to share deals. So if in your area you know of a deal that is in effect for that week, so you figure we film Keto on the Couch on Saturdays or Sundays usually.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of ads start on Wednesdays or Thursdays.
Thursday.
So if in your area you have a store like Kroger's and you say brisket is on sale for $2 a pound till next Wednesday, put it in the Facebook family group, because then we'll see that and then we can let everybody know, because we can only tell you the deals that are in our local area.
Right. And I mean, when Joe from Pembroke Pines, his middle name, said, hey, Lily's is buy one, get one free at Publix, we totally understand that a lot of times when you're buying keto stuff,
it's expensive.
It's expensive. So if there is a deal and it was at Publix, buy one, get one free, Joe got his behind. He got his, 80s basketball shorts into the car and ran over to get us some. So we want to make sure that we pay it forward with that. So if there's anything, and even if we don't have that grocery store, we will say, we don't have H-E-B, or we don't even have Kroger.
No, we don't. Chris said, speaking of Instagram, someone tried to steal the Keto Chow Instagram account today. They were foiled by the 2-factor authentication. Turn on 2FA on every account, folks. You've been warned.
Serious?
Absolutely. Now, we had that, and I never even knew really much about that until a few years ago. I remember it was Christmas. Somebody got an iPhone for Christmas. It was a hand-me-down iPhone, but it was still an iPhone. And we went to activate it, and somebody stole my iTunes account. Now, we buy all of our movies on iTunes and everything.
The kids have, it's like a family plan, so all the kids' music. And I mean, that was their birthday money,
it was Christmas
money.
And it took us a long time, a lot of hours talking to Apple to get it back. And we said, that's when we started learning about 2-factor authentication, and it's on everything. And just recently, somebody hacked Caleb's PlayStation account. And they were smart. A lot of times, the people who actually grab your account aren't smart enough to change the email. They just kind of break in, change the password, but forget to change the email. Well, whoever stole Caleb's PlayStation account actually changed the email. So when he was trying to log in saying, I forgot my password, they had already changed the email. And because of COVID, PlayStation has nobody to talk to.
No
They're
office.
you have to text us or was on Twitter, and we'll get back to you in 72 hours. And that meant all of his games, because everything is bought digitally, everything was gone, and it took a week to get it back.
We're not dealing with 1980s villains anymore. Yeah. This is not Hans Gruber, and the biggest thing that he's throwing in your direction is an accent. Right? That he's just trying to fool you with his country accent. This is serious crazy people out there.
Yeah, so
smart.
If you have anything, every account you have, your bank, YouTube, anything that offers 2-factor authentication, turn it on, because there are too many people trying to steal your account.
And it was funny because at first, he didn't want to be linked with Joe, because it's he's 19 years old now. He's I'm an adult man, and I don't need to send a text to my daddy to
and they don't want to listen to me.
So once that got hacked, he's like, Daddy, can I link this to yours so that every single time I make a purchase or do anything that they send you a text? I love you, Daddy.
Pat said, because I love playing with my grandkids, not just sit in a chair and watch them play. My grandson, this is her why. My grandsons love when I ride bikes with him or swim with him.
I love that. Yes. I mean, I love the fact that grandmas and grandpa, my grandma, you know what I remember about her? Cooking in the kitchen. I don't think the woman left the house except for to go to the grocery store and to go to church. That was it. We were not running around and doing stuff. She was not a very active grandmother. Did I love her? Yes, she was awesome. I loved chatting with her. But we could have chatted outside. We could have gotten onto a bicycle and like done things outside, right? Like, I mean, I think that the kids now are getting such a greater grandparent experience because like grandma isn't just like telling you about like all the things that she's learned in life, but like she's doing it while you're whitewater rafting together.
That's right.
Like that's pretty stinking awesome.
So, Healthy and Keto said, I not only want health for myself, but I want health for my family and my community.
I love that.
That's our why for this channel.
That is awesome. Yes, because
Man is for her health.
You are the best testimony to your neighbors, to your family members, to your friends, to your coworkers. You don't have to say a thing. They're going to notice you and be like, okay, I want what she's got.
Yeah.
I want that.
I like Heath's why is I am stubborn and I want to show every naysayer that this way of eating actually works.
Heck yes.
I am like that too. I'm like, people say, are you ever going to quit? No, I'm not going to quit because everybody said it doesn't work. That's why I won't quit. I mean, obviously I care about my health.
Challenge accepted.
But it's funny, years ago, when I was like 20 years old, I had said like, I'm going to make enough money to buy a BMW. And everyone was like, no, you won't. It's never going to happen. Not with the way you're trying to make money. So I did. I bought myself a BMW. I was like 21 years old, 22 years old. And I got a license plate that said, told you so.
Wow.
Like that's my, I love Heath. That's my personality.
I love Heath. And my favorite is when he has like Meaty Monday. And he's putting all of that beautiful meat and everything that he's cooked and all the smoking. And I mean, it's amazing. And at the same time, it's like losing weight, getting healthy, and I'm getting to enjoy this. And you know that it really like aggravates people.
Yeah.
Why do you care how we get healthy?
And so Elizabeth said, we have a tiger running around Knoxville. How are you all today?
What? A tiger? Did it get out of a zoo?
I don't know. Line Girl said, my why is freedom from daily pains and aches.
Yes. Don't you love not having to crawl to the bathroom in the morning? Isn't that like...
Oh, it's my favorite thing.
For a decade, crawling to the bathroom.
I
because
just
he
remember
couldn't walk on his
I couldn't
foot.
walk on my ankle, and I remember Rachel always figuring before I was 50 years old that I would be in a wheelchair and she'd have to push me around because she was always like, we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do financially because she figured she'd be pushing me in a wheelchair by the time I was 50.
I thought I'm gonna have to have 5 jobs because
And I remember her going, I didn't sign up for this part.
Well, to have the medicine.
Yeah.
And like things, because I mean we were like more than we were $150 a month for one medication.
That was for the arthritis medication.
And I thought,
that was with insurance.
What does the future look like?
Right. Let's see. Tater's mom does keto said I put pumpkin spice caramel in my coffee this morning with a little heavy cream. Holy keto chow. It was PSL. Welcome fall. I'm ready.
I just love it. I am all about the fall
I actually have, so that is something I want to mention. So we actually, I'm hoping that I can finish it tonight, but I have a lot to read up on doctors that we're introducing tomorrow. And
mental clarity is a thing.
I need to have mental clarity, but I need to finish up we have a vlog from camping. I just have to add some music, so I'm hoping to get that in there. But we have a couple of keto chow recipes with pumpkin spice that are going to come out over the next week or so, but I've kind of put them off now to next week.
Those are all...
Because we're busy for the weekend.
It's like Joe always has a challenge with pumpkin spice. He knows like September, October, November, it's coming. Rachel is going to want all this pumpkin spice stuff. Like I better... Like, if I want some lovin's,
I only have 4
I better have
scoops
some pumpkin
of it
spice
left
stuff.
Because it was sold out. Now, if you do like the pumpkin spice, it's still flavor of the week.
Yeah.
10% off until Sunday night.
Sunday. It's a limited edition thing. They're doing it just for the season.
It's seasonal. So it's back in the big bags right now. But yeah, so we have a couple of recipes coming out. I just need to get some more so that I can finish working on the recipes.
Keep Going, which I love that name, by the way. It says, my why, because I don't want the joint pain and the stiffness to return. Yes, if you have tasted freedom, and I know that Christopher will say this too, if you have experienced like terrible pain because of something, and then keto has helped to take away all of those symptoms, yeah, I'm sticking with it because that hurt.
Right.
And I don't want that back.
Well, I mean, that is why I stayed keto. I mean, I did keto to lose weight, and I dropped 90 pounds. And so my plan was, and at the time, Rachel was not on keto. So my plan was Christmas is going to come around and I am going to, I always figured
just
that
cheat meal.
I'm going to have, it wasn't even a cheat meal. I'm going to have a little bit. My plan was always, I now understand what sugar does to me. I now understand what wheat does to me. But my plan was to incorporate some vegetable carbs, like occasionally having potatoes, occasionally having a sweet potato, maybe once in a blue moon having a little piece of pie, but it would be like a real treat. And most of my diet would be like a low to moderate carb. I've never planned on staying keto. Two things happened. Number one, after football season that year, I looked at Rachel and I'm like, I just got through all of football season without ever taking a painkiller, because before that, for the 10 years I had been officiating football, I had to come home
to run
and take a painkiller
to move
at the end of the game, especially on Friday night, because I had a game on Friday night, and then I always had the kids' games in the morning on Saturday, and Sundays I couldn't walk. So I all of a sudden realized I hadn't taken a painkiller. I'm like, wow, that's interesting. Then on Christmas, I had a tiny cheat. I had like a quarter of a slice of cheesecake and a bowl of macaroni and cheese, and I felt like garbage for a week.
That was it.
And I looked at her and I said, that's it. I'm keto for life.
Yeah, because that hurts.
It didn't feel good anymore.
I don't want to go back to feeling yucky if I have not felt yucky in a while.
Mary Jo said her why is getting rid of diabetes.
Yes. Oh my gracious. When they had to change my mother's medical identity in her medical file, like they actually had to change her over from being a diabetic to being a non-diabetic. Mm-hmm. That was a momentous occasion, because I think that we think of every single thing as like, well, it's in remission, and we're almost like waiting to be like, when is it coming back?
Right.
But it's for the doctor to be like, no, I feel comfortable that like, yeah, it's over.
Right.
It's over? Diabetes is over? But I've had it for 20 years.
But everybody says it's like not reversible. It'll be interesting this weekend.
Yeah.
Jessica said her why is to live a healthier life and be able to be there for her kids the way I was always envisioned myself being. After starting keto, my joints feel so much better and it keeps me accountable.
I love that. That is such a good why. And I wish that we had done it earlier, honestly. That's why I kind of push it on young moms and dads, because I'm like, look, I know you're tired. I know you're having to run after these kids. I know that they're basically bionic. I mean, nobody runs faster than a toddler when you've asked them, what is that in your mouth? Zoom. They're out of there. So you have to keep up with them. Well, I have the energy to keep up with my teenage guys now, but man, if I would have been able to stay neck and neck with my 5-year-old, with my 2-year-old, like, right. Wow, that would have been great.
Well, even like this weekend, so we were camping, and we had a lot of rain this past weekend, and it was fun, but it was a little miserable, like taking down the camper, like everything was wet and trying to do it, and it was extremely humid. And at one point, because we were stuck in the camper, we were watching Playing with Sticks just put out a video about pop-up campers, and he borrowed his parents' one and used it, and he was like the pros and cons of it. And one of the things he's like, a lot of times pop-up campers belong to older people and they start to get rid of them because it is some work to crank that thing up.
Is that an indicator?
And I was sitting there going, boy, like I'm going to be 50 in a couple of months, and I have so much energy. I mean, it's funny because sometimes I'll look at Anthony when we're working, I'm like, how is it that I can outwork you?
No
like,
carbs.
It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it's just, I feel 10 times stronger than I did before. And we were even talking today, I was at the church and I was doing the hedges, because trying to get the hedge, to make sure everything looks nice for the opening of the building. And hedge trimmers are heavy. They're not super heavy, but they're 50 inches long, and they're a little heavy, especially when you're doing this motion
constantly,
like this for 3 or 4 hours, or up the side like this. And years ago, I remember I would do a hedge, and I'd have these big ficus hedges to cut, and it was like the way I would get through the day was challenge myself. Like, how many swipes can I do before I have to stop? because you're taking this hedge trimmer and you're like swiping it up or swiping it across, and it starts hurting your arm, it starts hurting your forearms. You got to hold it, you got to keep it straight. And it was usually like I was lucky if I could get like 5 or 6 swipes before you would have to stop for a few minutes to rest your muscles. And now, like, I can go an hour and just never stop. So what used to take me like 3 or 4 hours to hedge trim, I can do in an hour.
We were in a staff meeting and it's like all windows, and you just see Joe just zoom across, and like our pastor was like, good Lord, that man is a machine. It's like a lumberjack out there. What is happening? But it's like, yeah, I mean, if you know him and you know, well, goodness, he's about 50 years old, you're not expecting much. But like, we get excited, yo, because if you are, maybe you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, we're not winding down. Yeah. Like, I'm not planning on being at a midlife crisis here, because we're going to live a lot longer and enjoy it.
We're right now scheduling camping trips every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We've already got the next 2 scheduled, and here's our plan. I mean, people are like, you're crazy.
Well, clearly.
We're planning on, we have church right now is at 9 o'clock and 11:30 on Sundays, and then the Saturday services. So our plan is we're booking for Sunday nights, and we're literally going to drive the camper to church, park it in the back, and as soon as we're done serving in church, we're jumping in the car, and we're going to go camping every other Sunday for 3 days.
Do not care what people think about us being cool or not, because like we're just not.
But I mean, it's a
We're
lot.
Not cool,
that's a lot of
okay.
stress on your body to get up early in the morning on Sunday.
But we can do
and
it.
Go serve and take care of these kids, and then be able to get up there at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, set up a campsite. But that's how much energy we have. And it's because of keto.
I was an old 20-year-old, but I am not an old 40-year-old. And the same thing for you. If in the past you're like, wow, like I used to hurt, I felt old. You don't feel old anymore. You don't have to be old.
So let's see some more of these whys. Karen said, my why is I'm determined to stay out of a wheelchair permanently.
Amen. I love it.
Shell says, I have serious hypertension in my knees and I need to lose weight so they would stop sounding like Rice Krispies cereal.
I love that. Is awesome. Yeah, I mean, well, it will take a major like pain off of those. Yeah. I mean, I had plantar fasciitis. I had strain in my ankles because you're carrying around the extra weight, and when that's gone, a lot of the rest of your body feels really good not having to carry it around.
Yep. Just a reminder, please make sure you do us a favor. Hit the like button on this video if you're watching on a mobile device. Exit out of the chat, hit the little like button, and then jump right back in. Also, leave the hashtag KetoBrick down below, and we're going to pick the winner in probably about 10 minutes, and you have to be in the chat. You're going to have to be on because we're going to pick it.
Must be present to win.
If you're not in here, we're just going to pick the next winner. So we're going to ask that person, like, hey, are you
like a baby shower.
Actually, the program that we're using is going to look and see if they're actually still here.
Who's there?
So we're using a chat, by the way, if anybody's interested, because it'll be difficult to share it on here. I'll try, but I'm using something called Nightbot.
Okay, wait. I get to read the next two because I'm so excited about both of these. So Margie says, because no one else can do it for me. Took years for me to realize I had to put myself first if I wanted to live a healthier life. I absolutely love that, Margie. Yeah, a lot of times, especially when I was very heavy, part of my excuse for not getting started was, you know, people aren't helping me to facilitate me. Like, I feel like I'm last on everybody's list. And so I would have a giant pity party for myself and not put myself first, and almost have like a martyr complex is what I always struggled with. But the thing is that I needed to put myself first, whether anybody else understood it or not. You are worth putting yourself first. It is okay if you are the only person in your house, in your family, in your workplace that is on keto. Yep. It is okay. Now, Jason's, I get really excited about. Jason says, my reason just turned 3, and I have almost enough energy now to keep up with them. Jason, I absolutely love that. That is so precious.
The interesting thing is, like, when I see those pictures of Jason with his grandson, it's just like,
gosh.
First of all, you look like it's your dad. You look like you're the dad.
You're the dad.
You don't look like you're the grandfather.
No. But I love them together.
I do.
Because they have years of enjoyment together. Like, he's going to get to enjoy that boy grow up.
I just missed one. It just kind of jumped. Okay.
Oh wait.
Find the one that you just read.
Okay, I wanted to see Heath's one because that's like already. I saw disaster pants.
Heath said he's down to 133 pounds, but even better than I'm no longer a type 2 diabetic.
I love that, Heath. That is awesome.
Okay, Steph said my why is people are challenged. That's when you say no sugar. They want to give you up teen grams of something full of sugar. Do they not understand? No sugar.
Steph, can I just say I am so excited for you. She's bike riding too.
Yes.
Like I love that. And I love seeing about you and James like just deciding to be more active and get out in nature. And it just thrills my heart. Like I am so excited to see you guys just enjoying each other and enjoying life. What an awesome couple.
Okay.
And her legs. That's my goal.
Did you read Mora's? It said, my why is to honor
Steph's
my
legs.
mom who died at 44. I'm 44 now, and I want to live a good, healthy life to honor a life that she did not have.
Oh my gracious, Mara, I love that. And honestly, that is what your mom would want for you, right? Mm-hmm. Is a long, healthy life. And we are both 44 years old, girl.
Christopher said, I wish there were more seasonal flavors for these holidays that didn't have mint and cinnamon. And Lighton has their flavors out too, 1 mint and 1 cinnamon.
I know, I'm sorry. Yeah, and even like the eggnogs and stuff, a lot of times that'll have like a cinnamon in it too, depending on the eggnog.
Some of them do, but usually it's nutmeg.
And too. Mint. It's like peppermint explosion.
Angie said, my why avoiding dementia, both my parents and reverse my recently diagnosed diabetes.
Yes, that is huge. That's a huge reason. Yeah.
Dawn said, my why I started because I wanted to lose weight, staying with it to be healthy all the way around.
I love it. Mike says, I love when Rachel says, oh my gracious.
Tater's Mom Does Keto says, my why is stabilizing my moods and being able to move around and play with my 85-pound lab.
Tater. I just love that name.
Beth said, Joe, what was the name of the site you said that you used for to make last week's reservations? I signed up and never got the email. Sorry for the bother during the live.
No,
absolutely.
not at all.
That's why we're
Please,
here.
That's why anything you want to ask us.
It is Wandering Labs. So Wandering
Labs. Labs.
Wandering Labs. I have something else pulled up to come up online, but let me just double check that.
It was really nice because it does give you the current situation. Because we had some friends that wanted to go to a campsite and they're like, we were booked for next July. And I was like, next July? Like I looked at Joe and I said, are we really going to have to, I don't know where I'm going to be next July? Like, really?
Yeah. I mean, and it does. Everything sells out really, really quickly. Let's go over to that.
Are you able to put it in the stream?
It's this one right here. So it's Wandering Labs. So this is what it looks like. It's wanderinglabs.com. And yeah, you just go in here, you make a request, and then it's going to ask you like, hey, what campground do you want? What are your dates? And then all of the different things. And this is optional. It just checks like every 3 to 5 minutes, and there's no pausing, and it gets you text alerts as well.
And we did sign up for the $20 thing or $25?
I think I gave him $20, and just the only reason for me, like, it's like the guy developed it for free.
That's ingenious.
And so why not? I like the benefits from it, but it's more of like anytime somebody develops like, open source programs, I always like to throw them a couple of dollars, especially if it's something that I find super useful.
But because of that, it sends it to our text.
Yeah.
Where so it doesn't get bogged down in like email stuff. So sometimes it gets buried.
I don't check my email nearly as often as I see my text messages.
Right. Well, I'm constantly checking to see what Joanne Fabrics is doing because again,
he said, I cheated the other day and had McDonald's for breakfast. It even had it with no bread. I instantly regretted it. Disaster
pants. Okay, so, all right. I wonder what was disaster pants. My brother has never had, and I know that they use actual eggs because we lived across the street from a McDonald's manager at one point, and during a hurricane season, they had to bring home the eggs because they didn't know if it would like last. But yet, he has never been able to eat any of their breakfast stuff without disaster pants. Every single time. every time.
Hope said, my why is most important is my family is diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic at their age. I don't want that for me. I was pre-diabetic and I knew I had to make a change as I turned 50.
That is so great. That is such a good thing to do, is just to, even if you're like, let's not wait until like you see the fullness of the problem. I knew too, I was, pre-diabetic. I knew I was on the verge of a stroke, honestly, because a lot of times I was having those like starbursts anytime I was like walking, driving, exerted myself in any way. And it was like, and I can remember thinking to myself one day on my way to work, are you going to wait to deal with this after the stroke?
Right.
And I remember after my father passed away from what they call a widowmaker heart attack, he literally dropped dead. And I remember thinking, like, this isn't fair. I'm so upset. I wanted the ride in the ambulance for him to have like one more chance, so that maybe like, he had a heart attack, but like he would be able to come home from that and like we'll get a case of do better then.
Right.
We don't need to wait for that. We can do something about it now. I knew I don't want to do that to my children. Mm-hmm. We need to prioritize our health right now.
Mike said, I made keto chow with MC2O without measuring last week. Yeah, I won't make that mistake again. I lost a couple of pounds though.
Well, that's good.
Right Family said, Heath, a wise man once told me never trust a fart, especially when you have McDonald's or Taco Bell in your system.
Never.
Christopher said, got back from the grocery store. I was reading ingredients on all the chip dips. Canola oil, soybean oil, canola oil. None that I could get, though I also don't eat chips. So, yeah, it's interesting. People talk about like, well, canola oil is not keto. It's a fat, so technically it's keto. Canola oil is just not good on any diet. Whether you're keto, whether you're just eating the standard American diet, nobody should be eating canola oil. Canola oil is one of the things that does cause, your HDL, your LDL to go up. It is one of the things that is causing heart attacks. It does cause tons of inflammation. So canola oil is not a keto thing. It's just a garbage thing.
It's an everybody's problem thing.
Nobody should be eating that stuff. Melissa said, I'm not measuring MCT is a mistake you only make once.
One time.
Yeah.
So Pat says, I'm inching toward mid-50s and I'm more able to go and do than my kids. Yes, it is a fact, right? Like, Anthony is a hard worker, but he a lot of times can't keep up with Joe just because...
Don't tell him that, because
you have to stop when you're on
Actually,
carbs.
You should tell him that, because Anthony has that personality of, he's like a Heath personality. Don't tell him he can't do it, because now he's going to prove himself.
Yeah.
I remember years ago when he was in like 3rd and 4th grade, and the teachers would be, he was a good reader, but he wasn't a good test taker. Mm-hmm. And so they would give him, Florida had these things called FCATs, like standardized tests.
Every year they brought us in, sat us down and said,
he's going to fail, so he's going to get left back.
And he was...
the reading part.
He was so tiny. He was such a tiny little kid. And he was just like, that was all he needed. He'd get this, like, these big eyes, like, oh, you don't think that I can do this. But, like, and then he would always pass.
And then he'd always pass. I mean, just to prove it, he started reading, like, Harry Potter books in 3rd grade. We're like, what 3rd graders reading the Harry Potter books?
But he was just like, you said I can't do it, so now I'm doing it. So maybe you should challenge him with that.
Maybe I should challenge him. He said, my better half just reminded me that it was Jack in the Box.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm telling you, though, disaster pants from McDonald's, breakfast burritos, outside the burrito, even without the burrito, just the egg thing, disaster pants.
So Mike wants to know if there are any recipe videos coming out soon. Yes, I'm working on, I got a couple of pumpkin spice things coming up. We have a few recipes. We were trying to get everything ready for church, so we already filmed like 4 weeks of the kids ministry stuff, so they can get that out. The biggest thing, recipe videos are a challenge when you're trying to develop a recipe, because we don't want to waste the food, and then you gotta make it, and then you gotta try it, and it screws with your macros because you're not usually doing it. I don't want the failed recipe to be my dinner.
Right.
So you're doing it at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. So now this is like screwing up. So I don't want to do it too often because it messes with my diet. It messes with my weight, especially when you're doing something where it's got a bunch of extra butter or a bunch of just maybe a little bit of almond flour or something like that. You can only eat so much. So sometimes it takes a little bit of
Longer.
time, especially when you're working with stuff like keto chow or different protein powders, because you got to get it just right or it becomes a rubber ball.
Right.
And yeah.
Which some people may want to eat. Tabitha loves rubber balls.
Mommy said, hey, good looking. There's Miss Rachel. I love your hair.
Oh, my Lord. I had to dye my hair. My grays were this long. This long. I couldn't even hide them with a hat anymore.
Okay, so it's 9:20. We're gonna give you guys like 2 more minutes if you haven't entered in yet for the keto brick. Hashtag keto brick. We'll go to 9:25. We're gonna pick a winner at 9:25. Again, you have to be in here presently when we pick the winner.
Yeah, Christopher saying recipe videos are great. I've had to throw away too much or eat stuff I don't want.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely check out.
Especially when you're throwing it, like it's like I just used $5 in keto chow to make that recipe.
Check out Slapstick Keto's channel.
Yeah.
He has a lot of great recipes.
And his kids come on.
His kids are freaking adorable, and he also like shows other snacks and things. So if he likes them, like it's awesome. I trust his opinion on things, and it's just, so there's some things that he's like, this is no good, and so it helped me not have to buy it. I was able to avoid it, so thank you for taking one for the team.
Mike said, I hear you on recipes. I feel the same way. Half the time I would just rather eat barbecue meat than bake. Sometimes I just want something, but we love making recipes. It's just when I weighed 290 pounds, it didn't matter if something didn't work, and I would just eat it anyway. Now I care a little bit.
Well, and it's interesting too. Don't you enjoy good food? I find myself I was always on cleanup crew. There was no food that I was willing to throw out. Right? I mean, especially on mom duty. Yeah. Right? You're like, okay, well they ate half of a serving of this macaroni and cheese, so I'm going to eat the rest of the pot.
Freshie says, why is my comment light not dark? I'm not spam, I'm real flesh and blood. I don't know. It's not showing up as like something being held on us. Renee, I'm excited, but that cheese we'll be doing in a pan. A few people doing keto brick.
Anyone else have issues with avocado causing stomach pains? Have you ever had an avocado issue? I can never get them ripe correctly.
Chris said, I'd like to call attention to the tags on this video. All 5 are about spam. Spam brand slicer, spam is keto, and spam keto friendly.
Wow. We obviously did not change
I think
the tags.
It was Christy Davis from Keto Village put up a thing of there's a new spam, it's like jalapeno.
I cannot stop watching her TikToks. I could just stay all day on her TikToks.
I don't get TikTok.
Adorable. Adorable.
Maitreya said paying Anthony to eat the spam was pretty hilarious.
He actually came back. He could not wait to talk to me about that, and he was really like, wow, that was rough. I thought it would be like no problem. I can hork this down, and he was like, it was not easy.
Yep. Christopher said used to make some new weird cheesecake ideas, wasn't great. I just went ahead and ate it all that night. I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Renee said the only stomach pains avocados give me is when they aren't ripe, and then bam,
mush.
They're mush.
There's like literally a 10-second window when they are perfectly ripe before they go bad.
Chris says I did the same thing. He said I gave up on avocados, the actual fruit. I just get the cups of avocado from Costco, always ripe. It's the same thing for us. We used to always buy. Now we like 3 times a year you can get Florida avocados. I have customers who they're in their backyard. Her mom's got them in the backyard. I'm not a big fan of Florida avocados. I like the Haas avocados. There is a giant difference.
That's kind of mean though.
But
we're doing the best we can.
The problem is you go buy them, you pay like $1 something per avocado, and it's like either not ripe or it's overripe.
Right.
And so I've switched to when we want it, I just buy those little guacamole cups.
Guacamole.
Oh, April, thank you very much for the $4.99 super chat. She said, thanks for all you guys do. I'm 1.8 pounds away from my first 30 pounds lost on keto.
April, I love seeing the pictures of you and your husband and being a young couple. Like you are just like such a head start. I wish that like I had done this years before. You guys look amazing. And I'm just so excited. Mm-hmm. I'm so excited for their kids, their whole family.
Freshie, thank you very much for the $4.99 super chat. Okay, Christopher said, I tried those avocados from Costco that were packaged. I didn't care for them much. I prefer the guac cups. That's what we get.
Yeah.
We don't buy the avocado.
Yeah,
I buy the guac.
The frozen avocado, because they sell them at Aldi too. I wasn't a huge fan of them.
Yeah.
But they started selling not guacamole, but mushed up, just the avocado mush inside cups. And I like that.
Chris said, hey, if I donate $50, will Rachel eat an entire can of Spam like Anthony did?
No, I don't think I could. I mean, it was okay, but I don't think I could.
The only way we're going to get Rachel to eat it, well, she did like it. We'll have to get her. She wants a wolf pup travel trailer with the double slide on one side.
I need to stick it on a stick.
Maybe
over
possibly
a file.
then she'll do it.
Stick the Spam on a stick over the campfire.
All I know is, like, I seem to remember somebody saying, like, tent camping for life. She's already 3 weeks in, and she's like, I want a travel trailer.
Hey, buddy, you were the one that, like, used to give Chris so much grief about glamping, and you are right there with me like, yes, I think I would like it
That's
also.
just because I'm the one that's got to pack it.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. Edward said, saw pickled
Chris says,
quail's
what about
eggs at the store and thought of you guys for your next challenge.
Grape Zip Fizz. Oh, wait, which ones? Oh,
pickled quail's eggs.
Quail's eggs. So we did 3 more.
We got that video coming out, but
And
we got to do the vlogs first. Okay, let's pick a winner.
Pick a winner.
Pick
Are we using
a winner.
Is it pick a winner or giveaways?
It's not pick a winner. It's the same kind of thing though. So this is a program called Nightbot. They're a moderator within YouTube that I have here.
Nightbot.
Yeah. If I can somehow get over there.
Look at that little ninja over there.
Okay, so let's see. There are 87 eligible users.
Yay!
Ready? We're going to hit roll it.
Roll it. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
The winner is Jemry 1.
Jimmy R1.
So
Congratulations.
Is Jemmy in here? That's what I need to know.
Jimmy?
We're going to leave that. We're going to put that up there. So Jemmy, is Jemmy currently in here? I can't tell if they're still in here. Jemry.
Yeah.
Jemmy, are you
Maitreya
here?
says she loves...
Give us a little thumbs up if you're here, Jemmy.
You love grape Zip Fizz. Just kidding. Joe likes it too.
Ed said for $50, I'll eat the metal can.
Oh, wow. Please don't do that. I'm afraid for your stomach. Talk about disaster pants.
Chris likes grape everything.
How?
I'm not saying anything from Jimmy. I'm going to give him 1 more minute, and then we're going to pick somebody else.
Obviously, you did not have a Dimetap growing up as a kid. Chris, did your parents give you Dimetap? Because I was over Dimetapped. That's my
Anthony
problem.
said grape is nasty. That's because he's your kid.
There you go, slapstick. I grew up taking Dimetap. Everything great tastes like medicine. I couldn't even drink purple Powerade Zero, purple Gatorade Zero. I could not even do it. I didn't want Crystal Light. That was grape. Nothing grape.
So, see, I told you. Like, me and Chris, we just need to spend some time together. I enjoy grape Zip Fizz. Mike said, I follow like 200 people on YouTube. I can't remember. Actually, YouTube is more entertaining than cable TV. Yes, I agree.
Okay, so Anthony says, why is it that grape doesn't taste like grape? It tastes like purple. Yes. Yes, because I've had a grape before. I have eaten grapes. I have enjoyed grapes. Grapes do not taste like grape Zip Fizz.
Let's pick somebody else because Jimmy's too late.
Jimmy, the cares. It does taste like purple. I agree. Yes, it tastes like purple. Yes, it does. It's the same for me as like anything blue, right? That's not a fruit. We don't need that to be a fruit. If it's like Arctic Powerade Zero.
Are you ready?
Yes.
We're going to go users.
Blueberry Raspberry Zip Fizz is not my jam.
Roll it.
I would prefer grape.
Line Girl. I know Line Girl is in here. I know Line Girl's in here. I saw Line Girl. So is Line Girl
Congratulations.
in here? Give me a thumbs up.
Line Girl, you still here?
Please, because we got to get off.
So Anthony says the seltzer grape water at Walmart actually tastes like a grape drink.
Yes.
Only grape I'll drink.
Chris said, Line Girl, good job being random.
I love being random. Just want to make sure she's still here. I'm pretty sure she is.
It says there's 115 viewers. How could everybody not be here?
Okay, so the lemon zip fizz is their
the
favorite.
Limon.
The
I
lemon.
love the lemon one.
It is delicious. That one is really, really good. I agree with Beth. The blueberry raspberry zip fizz is not my jam either. That is not my jam either.
I don't like the blueberry one.
That tastes very medicine-y
I know
to me.
Autumn likes that one.
It's
I do not like that one. Line Girl, do us a favor. Send us an email at twocrazyketos@gmail.com with all of your shipping information, and Rachel will ship this right out to you.
I'll do it.
Christopher Silamone is my favorite zip fizz too. It's harder to get at 80 cents though. I have
to
buy 120 at a time.
You know what? But I live in Canada. So we can't ship it to Canada.
I can't ship it to Canada.
Do you have a do you have a USPO box by any chance?
Okay. Ready?
Wait, let's just see. Does she? I surprisingly like the fruit punch zip fizz, even though I never drink real fruit punch. Grape is gross.
I'm still here even though you missed me from the beginning.
Fruit punch.
I thought I read your name, Gail. We never
Gail.
miss you. I always see you.
I always love seeing Gail.
I remember seeing that Chris said that he's seen Gail all day.
I love it.
Okay, you ready?
I always think of Gail around fall too because crisp. And I always think like this morning feels crisp.
We have to get off.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Joyce.
All right, let's.
Is Joyce here?
Is Joyce here? Joyce Scarborough. Joe and Chris should get a kick out of this. I have a flight tracker app on my phone, and the other day it showed a drone going 340 miles per hour at 22,000 feet altitude. I was like, what? Found out. Like, yes. That's amazing that it actually tracked it.
Well, yeah, it's hiding the fact that it's illegal for a drone to go that fast or fly that high.
Oh, okay, so Joyce is here.
Please.
Yes,
thank you very much, Joyce, and thank you, Line Girl, for having us give it to somebody else. I'm sorry you can't win. Joyce, do us a favor. Send us an email at twocrazyketos@gmail.com with all of your shipping information. We will give it out to, we will send it right out to you. And again, thank you, everybody, for supporting us using the Keto Brick link. That's why they send these to us. They send us a few every single month, and we're happy to give them back to you guys.
Yes, because you're awesome.
So we are going to get off because we need to go do a sound check for tomorrow.
But if you're going to
and it's going to be a while.
If you're going to the summit, we will see you in the morning.
We will see you tomorrow.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Well, it's afternoon for us because I think it starts at like 12 or 1 o'clock our time.
That's the hardest thing. I need a chart. I never know what time it is.
Yeah, Rachel's like, so what time is it our time? Because it's like, and it's like, okay, take 3 hours off because we're going Pacific time.
Why? Why can't we just have one time?
Bye, guys.
We love you.